everybody. It's Wanda Baader here from Strategize Your Success.
Hello.
And I am so excited to be here with Jennifer and Rebecca for today's show, which is all about getting yourself squared away in your potential toxic space. So we're calling this, Are You in a Toxic Relationship with Your Space? Thank you, ladies, for being here. And I look forward to hearing all about what you guys got going on today. So, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and have Jennifer introduce herself. So, Jennifer, we're going to give you the spotlight. Go ahead, Jen.
The spotlight. Oh
Well, all right, we'll
no.
put ourselves a
My
little
name.
mini me's over here. There you go.
Okay. So I help professional women reduce that load of stressful stuff. Clear also the mind trash, because what we want to do is we want to make room for that dream. We want to rekindle, basically rediscover, uncover our passion, our power, and our productivity. And sometimes the environment that we're in is not really conducive to that and can wear us down just as much as a bad personal relationship. And I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to talk more about that in a minute.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring Rebecca on. Rebecca, tell us all about your amazing self.
Hi, I guess this is the intro part. I'm Rebecca Kozowski. I am the Executive Vice President at the Miranda Chamber of Commerce in membership and business development. So I talk with people in business all day long, and they are having a whole lot of issues with working from home, remote from employees, and a lot of home-based businesses dealing with image and what they can do, and they aren't super confident. So they all need help. So Jennifer, we need help.
I am here.
Yes, and we are so glad to have you here. Matter of fact, I had somebody reach out to me right before the show saying, I'm so sorry I can't join live. I've heard a lot of amazing things about Jennifer. And I said she is amazing, and you can catch the replay. So if you're joining us for the replay, you can reach out to anybody that's on this show. We're going to give you that information. If you have any other questions, that arise that maybe you couldn't ask because you weren't with us live. So I just wanted to formally introduce myself. I'm Wanda Baader from Strategize Your Success. You can see my website below, strategizeyoursuccess.com. We're a full-service online marketing agency, and we are so glad to have you here to discuss this amazing topic. So Jennifer, I'm going to bring you on. And we've already got questions rolling in. So this is exciting. So Jennifer, I'm going to bring you into the screen here and have you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about what you mean about being in a toxic relationship with your space.
So I'm going to ask for your participation. And if anyone watching wants to jump in on the comments or just say it out loud to random people in your office or at home and make your dog jump, I have some questions for you. These are questions from Psychology Today about toxic relationships and how to know. So let's say your girlfriend or your brother or somebody comes to you to describe a relationship they're in, and they ask you this. And I want you to say, yay, or ew. All right, ready? Okay. So instead of supporting my accomplishments, values, and dreams, my partner seems to work against them. Yay or ew?
Ew.
Totally ew, right? How about I feel bad about myself when we're together. I'm less confident and can't see my good traits. Yay or ew, nay?
Yuckity ew.
Okay. Sometimes I avoid coming home because I dread coming home to them.
Ooh.
Yeah. Does this sound familiar? Have you been in this relationship? How about constantly remind me of my past negative experiences? Total thumbs down, right? Are you with me on that? And I'm so distracted by their mess that I can't focus on what makes me happy or accomplishing my tasks, right? And people are looking around, right? So they embarrass me in front of my friends, family, or business associates. I'm too embarrassed to bring you around my friends, family, or business associates. So those are traits of a toxic relationship. So what I'm going to propose today is that our environment, whether it's living space, office space, it's the space where we live, laugh, love, and make money, right, is a primary relationship, and it's as important and as influential as actually people and relationships are in our lives. Because for better or worse, the fact is, what is there 24 hours for you? No matter who is in your bed, you wake up, open your eyes to your space. You go into the bathroom and you're surrounded by all kind of products that tell you that you're not attractive enough, that you need to be younger, that you need to be this or that. And then you go into your closet, and this is true for men and women. We have clothes that we can't fit in, whether it's more or less, and we settle for the clothes that do fit us, right? So it doesn't matter how amazing we look in that outfit, we're already in our minds gone through the closet and said, if only I didn't eat that ice cream, if only I exercised, if only, if only, if only. And all of those make you feel bad about yourself. And then you walk through the house and see the piles, you see the mail, you see the things you didn't do, someone else left for you. And then you walk out the door or into your home office and it starts all over again, right? And what happens is we're all told we just need to be fantastic. We need to be fabulous. We're just going to kill it. Just feel awesome when you wake up and go out there and kill it because you're amazing. But instead, what have we done? From the moment we've opened our eyes and seen that painting from our mother-in-law, which we hate and makes us feel terrible, or that thing left over from another past relationship that you kind of wonder, why haven't I changed that, right? You've already injured yourself. It's like death by 1,000 arrows before you even walk out the door. Do you hear what I am saying about that? Rebecca and Wanda?
We are picking up
And
what
before
you're
you
laying
enter
down.
Zoom,
A couple people drop it into the comments and let me know if you can relate. So this is something that I have been thinking about for some time, because we go to therapists. We go to, oh wait, no, I'm going to ask you this. After you've done that and after you've answered my questions and you've looked around, I want to know, does your space light your fire? Right? Are you feeling all warm and tingly about it? Or do you just want to burn it all down? You just want to burn it to the ground. I can't hear you, but I know you're thinking about this, right? So here's the thing. So the thing. Oops, sorry. I'm coaching myself as I go. Of all the relationships that we have, you can't change people, right? But you can change your environment. And here's the thing. We don't think about our space. I mean, sometimes it annoys us. Sometimes we feel bad about it, but we don't realize that we actually have control over it, but it often has more control over us. So, for example, we go to therapy, we go on diets, we go to the gym, we go to business coaches, life coaches, we go to yoga, we detoxify, all kinds of stuff. But we then return back to a space that is dysfunctional, that we have to then become dysfunctional again in order to function inside the dysfunctional space that carries all the negative messages, all the negative memories. Now, it's not all one or the other. I know that. There's good, there's bad, and all of that. But sometimes we become blind to the things that are actually a problem for us. But our mind's job is to process every single thing that we see in an instant. So while you think that you're just looking for your car keys, your brain is looking at every single pile. It's looking at everything that you've ever thought of as you want to change the couch. You don't like the color. You have the piles of mail and on. And you think in your brain, who am I kidding? I'm a big rock star? No, I can't even manage my mail pile, right? So that beats us down every day. So here's the question. Does your house say, oh, baby, I can't wait for you to get home. Everything's crisp and clean and waiting for you to just run and throw yourself into my armchair? Does it say that? Does your office say, everything is here for you, baby. Everything's laid out just for you so you can just be the rock star you are and you can just accomplish all of your dreams. And I'm totally here for you and support you in every single way. Does it say that? Does your closet say, oh, wow, you know, when you come in here and you get dressed, every single thing in here looks great on you. If your ex saw you at the grocery store, he would cry, right? Does it say that? No. Yes? And does your bedroom say, oh, I'm so happy you're home. I just want you to relax. I want you to just kick off the cares of the day. And I want you to just cuddle down, relax, and just shed your worries and sleep soundly and wonderfully. Does your bedroom say that? So
Well, let's ask our audience that. Do we get if we can get some yeses or nos or something out there to let us know you're relating to this subject, and it's like, where are you? Are you comfortable in your own space? Are you not?
And can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what if your space really was so good for you, like a really good relationship?
Yeah. Should we take a minute and think about that? Take that Zen moment.
Sorry, I just got an ulcer.
You got the power.
And good, Jennifer, you're back. You froze for just a second on my end. I'm not sure about others. So yeah, so it's like, I was gonna say, we have a question. It's not necessarily exactly what we're talking about right now, but if you want to answer it, we can answer it now, or we can keep it
we're
later.
doing more question answers. Let me just hold on to this one because I want to answer that question, but I want to keep going a little bit on this.
You got it.
So here's the thing. So we talked about, you try to change people in relationships. You can't change people in relationships, but you need a reality check about your space. What have you put up with? What are you blind to? What have you made excuses for? What do you just feel bad about yourself and feel incapable and powerless of changing? A reality check about our space is an incredibly important thing to do. Things become fossilized. We don't necessarily see everything. So do we see our treasures, or are they covered with all the other stuff? This is not to judge yourself. Absolutely don't judge yourself. You got here. This is how you are. This is your story. It's gotten here. But that is not how it has to be. So judging yourself more is not the purpose of that reality check. Imagine, what would you love? What would you love your space to look and feel like? How would you love to feel in your space? That's a big question. People don't really think about that. And then again, you've got big dreams. You have ideas about what you want to be. It doesn't matter what your job is or what your role in life, or you stay at home, you have dreams and wishes for everything in your life. So you got to make room for that. You want success is at your fingertips, but if it's piled and hidden under piles of clutter and dysfunction, that's not going to be helpful to you. And if you need some help, find a buddy or get someone professional to help you. And that's
like you, Jennifer.
Like me.
Yeah.
It's time to commit to yourself. The relaxed you, the Wonder Woman or superhero you. Right?
What's some good steps? What's some good first steps?
Good first steps. Well, like I was mentioning, first is sort of take like an inventory. So looking around your room, if you did a video and you made yourself, like you pretend like you're sending me a video of your space, you stand in the middle and you go 360 and you describe every little piece of your room and notice what you choke on, what you avoid, what you spin faster around with your camera, what you don't really want to think about. Or then you go, my gosh, if Jennifer was here looking at this, I'd be saying, oh, don't look there. I'm so embarrassed. Right? So first, have that reality check about your space and where you are and how it works for you, or it doesn't. How long does it take you to get things done? Right? That's the next thing. How does it function? Does it function for you? Is the stuff you need close at hand? Do you have to rummage just to find something about your best client and you got a great point to make for them, or you're about to do a proposal and you're about to get on the phone with them, and then you look around your space? Perfect Zoom space? Maybe not a perfect Zoom space. What you're looking at in front of you is as important as what they're seeing behind you, as far as how you feel and how you come across. So assess your business space as well.
And there's nothing worse than looking for something and you're not able to put your fingertips on it. And then all of a sudden it's like it's time is up. You have to go to this meeting and you're not prepared. So it makes you look very unprofessional. And it also kind of messes with your mindset, doesn't it, Jennifer?
Yes. And that's the mind trash. So we look at the physical things in our space. And I'm not even talking about just clutter. I mean, I have clients who live in dream homes, but it's not their dream. You know, the person they made it for still took the last stage out of Tucson, right? And they're stuck with a showcase home. So it doesn't have to be clutter. It can look perfect to everybody else, but still feel like a failure to you. So the things in our space, how it functions and how it makes us feel is incredibly powerful. So just as much stuff as you've got outside of your space, that's all mind trash. And because we're feeling entities, our brain that's registered everything, every single story we have about every single thing in our space in an instant. It's phenomenal. It's like having 15,000 tabs open on your computer and you're running on low energy and you wonder why you're so tired all the time and why you don't feel good about where you are or what you're accomplishing. So it's the mind trash that is equal or more than your space, because whatever you see outside of you, you got 15 stories that you tell yourself about it that generally are not, woohoo, you're the best, you're awesome, you're the best at what you do, you're kind, you're wonderful, you're serving people, right?
Yeah.
So do those
don't already know what your priorities are too. I mean, if you've got all these stories going, how can you focus on what's in front of you? And that makes you inefficient at getting anything done.
Exactly. Just completely exhausted. You know, and also, you know, the stress, anxiety, depression, clutter cycle is very, very well documented. It's very well documented. It's a chicken and the egg kind of thing. Sometimes a space gets out of hand. You look around, you can't see yourself out of it. You're overwhelmed and paralyzed. Sometimes sometimes maybe that's just not a great skill for you. Sometimes it's your space that comes first. And sometimes you're stressed, anxious, don't have time. Depression affects that and you just can't keep up with the space. So that's really important. The mental health issues around this are just really important. And that is the same as a personal relationship in your life, that it creates that stress, clutter, hurt, depression cycle. But you have control in your space. You might have people in your house that you got to deal with, but generally speaking, you have more control over your space than you will ever have over another person. Frankly, if that person, you apply these same questions, if they kind of have to end up on the curb, I'm okay with that. You okay with that? If you ever want to call, I did. So I love to talk to people about that. I am always available if people want to call me and tell me what a jerk their office is. I am available.
Well, and Rebecca, you had another question. Did you want to go ahead and ask that?
Well, part of a lot of chamber members that I talk to are obviously in business, but they a lot more people have home-based businesses now, and then we also have the people that are on remote. So how can you be an employee working remotely and present a professional position and still have the privacy you want without personal stuff showing? And two, if you have a home-based business, what's the best way that you can, I know you have to clean all the clutter and be the best place, but I guess that would probably just, how can you best point that out for your home-based business?
Well, first, I think, well, one of the big topics that I am now delving into and presenting with clients is this topic. So you've made your great resignation. How is working from home working for you? That's specifically something that I'm working on with people, because your Zoom background is your new storefront. Even if you always work from home, you see a place that looks all broken down, you're not going to want to go in there and hire them to be your accountant. You see some place that looks nice and inviting and somewhat professional with maybe a little warm personalness, that's going to be who you go to. It's really, really hard. And I think people underestimate how hard it is to carve out a space for you if you're just coming home, or if we're already working out of the home. The home office intersection can be really fuzzy on the boundaries, particularly for women. So one is valuing what you're bringing to the home. Don't underestimate, oh, I'm just going to work from home. Have some idea of where you can be. And if you have to commandeer the guest bedroom, then let's do it. You know, how many hours, how many days a year do you have guests in there versus how many hours every day are you going to be in there doing things that contribute to your family? So you have to weigh cost benefit analysis of commandeering certain spaces. Mm-hmm. At the same time, there are all kind of tips for how to turn a closet into a home office. And there are all kind of tricks for managing a Zoom space that do not involve virtual backgrounds, which feel inauthentic, insincere, and you look like you're on Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty, right?
So I didn't put my green screen up today.
Green screens can be used for better or worse, but if you're in a trust-based, service business, if you're trying to show that you're working out of a penthouse boardroom, I don't know.
Yeah, if you're an author and you have a picture of the Library of Congress behind you, maybe might have some issues.
Exactly, unless you're actually there, but no. So I think the steps would be, if you've already done it, sometimes you need a little objective help to figure out a space, because we don't always see our spaces objectively. They've always been just the way they are. And I've gone into clients' homes and I've just like, can I just move some stuff? And then I move things. They never thought of it, never thought it could work. And all of a sudden they've got space for storage, space for working, space for something. Also, you really have to set boundaries with other people. There are very funny videos of spouses running through the background in their underwear, slipping on their socks on the floor. Very funny. Also, we need to talk to our families about respecting that space and the time. So we have to clear space with our family or whoever else is in the house. We have to clear space, even if it's not big, a space for you to do real professional work. You have to have storage for your real professional work. And you have to have something in that space that lets you feel like I really am a rock star. I'm not just working from home like a college student when I am just starting an amazing business that I'm really good at.
It's that vision part.
It's
You've
the
got to
vision
vision
part.
yourself better than where you are right now and where you want to go.
Yeah, because we think it's so easy to just start working from home. And very often it's the biggest challenge. Mm-hmm. It can be the biggest challenge to make a space for yourself. So,
and if you've always been an employee and now you're self-employed, that whole concept of owning it is
exactly
huge. It's huge.
And even employees, I mean, I was talking to a woman who does press and publicity for a huge law firm. And she and I are talking about working with that firm because people are working from home. These are like federal judges and stuff, but they're their Zooms are a disaster and they do not represent the firm. Right?
Scary.
So this is high end, and they're just, I mean, you can just imagine. So that's how important it can be, especially working from home, representing a company, a firm. Well, you're representing yourself too. What do you want people to see when they see you?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then it
Obviously, I could go on forever with this, but people can. I have a free discovery call. You can call me, bat around some ideas. Definitely some ahas in that.
And
I promise.
we have your contact information here on the screen for anybody who wants to reach out to Jennifer. Yeah. And you see her website here, so please connect with her. Like she says, she has a free discovery call, and that is something that is a gift in itself, right there.
And I do in space work. I also have virtual programs where I coach people through. I have a Zoom room, Zoom studio redo course. And like again, I said, I'm really focusing on helping business owners work from home more completely. And it's jenniferphelps.org, like organize.
There you go. Forget organization. It's organized people.
That's right. Organize, design, and reinvent.
Well, I could see how there's so many people that need your help. I know that since COVID started in March of 2020, over 70% of the new business licenses in Marana were home-based businesses. That is a bunch of home-based businesses that really need to look at what they look like and what they feel like for in front of you. I'm not showing you what's in front of me, just saying.
But your brain, you have a little, your eyebrows twitching. You got a little nervous tick happening there, Rebecca. So I think I can tell. I can tell the volume by how that twitch is happening.
Oh gosh.
Well, Jennifer, it's I know that we're rolling up on our we said we'd be going to 2:30, but of course we are here for questions as well as hearing from Jennifer and what she does. So we do have a question here, and I want to go ahead and read that. Trisha asks, are there any best colors for energy and productivity in our home office? Because that does help feed your energy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I actually just was looking this up for a businesswoman here who just moved into a big glass-walled office, and I was looking for colors for her. So it turns out there's surprisingly a lot of them, but there's reasons for the energy, right? So of course we have blue. Of course we have black, like in furniture, but that can be a little much. But surprisingly, yellow and pink and green, which is really hard color to pick. To paint with green is really hard. Green's a real hard color to work with to make it look right. But there are a handful of colors that do that. So yellow, pink, blue, black, green. And I think that's a nice combination. But then, of course, the important thing is you have a brand that do you have a brand? Your home office should reflect that brand, just like every other piece of anything that you send out. So even if you have one accent wall that's behind you on the Zoom thing, incorporate a design with colors that also reflect your brand. Because if you do yellow, but your colors are red and blue, that's not going to do it, right? So balance colors that you love and just make you feel good with the brand that you are presenting, because every touch point should communicate your brand. Is that right, Wanda? Brand woman?
Absolutely. And it's just like I just put up, Erin says, great information. So she's definitely gotten something from hearing you today. So thank you for that, Erin. We appreciate you joining us. And, when it comes to like closets, that was one of the things that I wanted to kind of circle back to, just in case somebody joined us a little bit later, is that, I mean, that right there can be like a whole powder keg, right? Of
Oh,
how we feel, or talk about mindset, right? Like the clothes that we
it's
can't wear anymore, the clothes we hope to fit into again in the future.
aspirational. Those are
Yes.
aspirational clothing decisions. You know, the closet is so personal. True for men and women, men less likely to ask for help in this realm. I just went through a client who has 2 rooms of racks of clothing, and we went through and she tried everything on, and we compared it to, she has some changes coming in her life. Which of the things that she owns reflect that change and support that change? If she moves, is it worth hauling it to her new place? And what's the worst can happen? You're gonna have to replace it. Now, there's a lot of nuances in closets. Sometimes they just don't work. I actually can help people with the closet structure. I have, affiliates. But it's so personal and emotional that your time in your closet in the morning can make or break you. And we don't even realize. It's just generally telling us something inaccurate about how bad we look, or spending problems, or
Mhm.
retail therapy, or someone else's side of the closet is a mess, or our spouse is complaining about the closet, right? Um, or there's other stuff being stored in our closet because we have no boundaries, right? So
Yeah.
and it's an identity. It should be Superman telephone booth of superpowerness. You should go in and come out like, rah, 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 superpower person. But instead, it's like our kryptonite. Our closets can be kryptonite. Ooh, I just thought of a blog.
That's actually a good talk title too there, Jennifer.
Closet kryptonite.
Yeah, closet kryptonite. I like it. Let's do
And
that
we
for the
don't always
future.
realize. Sometimes the things we have in there just seem so reasonable to be there, but they're not. They are not reasonable to be in there. And they're things that, like, if you put something on your door that is a different size, your dream size, if it inspires you, great. But you got to listen to yourself. Because is it saying, oh, you're never going to reach that? Who are you kidding? Oh, you're not going to do that. Oh, you ate ice cream yesterday. You ate some cake at the party. You did this and that. You're never going to fit in that.
Were you following me? No, I'm kidding.
Is that extra
It's kind
popcorn
of a
after a
universal
movie there,
conversation.
Wanda?
Oops. But it's a space that's really important, and it's a space that shows up a lot of maybe not healthy habits, and also a lot of negative messaging about our self-image, which we perpetuate ourselves. So that is a powerful space to work with somebody who's not just a family member, not just a friend, because that is not always your best partner for that kind of project. Don't tell them I said that, but it's true. They can be terrible.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I think that we have all the questions that we have live so far. But like I had said before, if you want to reach out to Jennifer, you're catching this on the replay, please connect with her at jenniferphelps.org. And we're calling it .organize basically for .org instead of organization.
Yeah. And I'm all over social media. People can find me generally. So
And then we
thank you,
also,
Wanda.
oh, well, thank you. And we want to thank Rebecca for being an amazing co-host from the Marana Chamber of Commerce. And you can reach Rebecca at the Marana Chamber of Commerce, and that's maranachamber
.com.
.com. Okay, just wanted to be
We're
sure.
organized,
Okay.
but it's .com.
And if you'd like to stay connected with me here at Strategize Your Success, and we're going to be doing these shows, I'll spit that out, on a weekly basis, bringing experts like Jennifer and Rebecca on the show to talk about an interesting topic. please be sure to text Market Coach at 22828, and that will get you on to our list where we can stay connected. So again, ladies, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that our audience is going to take away some really great information. Thank you for those who joined us live. And again, if you're catching this on the replay, please be sure to let us know if you have any questions, because we'll still be looking at the questions on the replay. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and
Thanks,
strategize
everyone.
your success, everyone.
Erin,
Bye.
let's talk about that.